Welcome to the first Sniff and Sip. Sniff and Sip. I considered that Sniff, Sip, and Sniff probably had a better ring to it, but we're a perfume channel, so we sniff first and then we sip. I decided to start this little series as a way to be more thoughtful, more intentional, more mindful about the way that I'm testing all of the fragrance samples that I have. So often I am just dabbing, give it a cursory whiff and move on to the next one because, as I've said, I do have fragrance ADD. I always want the next thing. I always want more. And so I want to slow down and be more mindful, give each sample a dedicated, thoughtful, full wearing, and give my full presence to the experience of each fragrance. And do each fragrance justice. The artistry behind crafting it all deserves more attention than I have been giving it, especially when it comes to all the myriad samples that I have. So that said, I have implemented a fragrance cataloging and tracking system that I co-opted from Cherie at the Top Note. She did a video about using Airtable as a way to track your whole collection, the number of times that you wear a fragrance, and the houses, perfumers, etc., etc. So I've implemented that as a way to organize and keep all my notes on my fragrances together. I will link Cherie's amazing video. I totally nerded out. As soon as I saw it, I was like, download app, put it all in. Obviously, the data is going to take a long time, but it's been really fun to put it all in as I'm wearing each fragrance every day, as I'm sampling. I have added a table for a wish list and for acquisition, so I know the date that I purchased everything. I used to use a spreadsheet to track similar information. It just became too cumbersome. I used a paper notebook to write all my notes and everything, but obviously that's not searchable in any way. So yeah, this has been a really an awesome, geeking out, organized, Virgo rising kind of way to keep track of all of my fragrances. So I'm really enjoying that. As I'm doing these sniff and sips, I'm going to be able to enter all the samples in and decide how I feel about it, whatever. Okay. Oh, today we are sipping just iced coffee with oat milk, lipstick on the straw. At times, maybe we will have a beverage of the adult persuasion and we can talk about that. But here we go, sniff and sip. Today we are gonna be sniffing Violet Shot from Olfactive Studio. I love this house. Their Lumiere Blanche is one of my signature for a short time there. Whenever I say signature, I guess I kind of mean there was like 2 or 3 months that's all I wore, and I can associate that with that scent memory. So whenever I say signature, that's what I mean. Iris Shot has been on my wish list for a long time, and I love a violet note, so I thought we would check this one out. I have given it a cursory sniff months ago. I want to revisit it and give it my full attention. So here we go, Violet Shot. Oh, okay. Right away, it's beautifully woody. I'm getting like the root and the bark of a violet plant. There is some sweetness in there, a bit of aromatics. There are some really grounding woods and resins in there. The nose behind this one is Dominique Robion, my boy. Top notes are green grass, Italian mandarin, pink pepper. Middle notes are violet leaf, safraline, and base notes are Madagascar vanilla, Spanish labdanum, and Indonesian patchouli leaf. So I think it's that labdanum and the patchouli leaf that's giving it a really grounded, resinous, rooty, dirty kind of feel. The violets and the stems, the twigs and dried up leaves around it. I do want to mention, if you're not familiar with Olfactive Studio, all of their fragrances are based on photographs. This series is focused on each particular ingredient. So there's Iris Shot, Violet Shot, Vanilla Shot, Rose Shot, Leather Shot, and Chypre Shot. And they come in a little booklet with the photograph. Actually, maybe I have it. Okay, yeah. So this is the sepia collection, but each thing comes with a photograph encompassing the feel of the fragrance. And this one is the Violet Shot. The photographer from this is Roberto Greco. The blurb says, elegant and woody, Violet shows off all of its facets in Violet Shot. The fresh scent of cut grass meets the sparkling notes of mandarin and rose. Violet leaf reveals its true self, accompanied by the leathery notes of saffroline. Indonesian patchouli gives texture to the rich scent of vanilla bean and labdanum as they reveal their sensual facets. Indeed. On my skin, I'm getting so much of the resins. The violet is oddly not that pronounced. I guess my skin is just really pulling the resins. It almost has a bitter, woody quality. It's not unpleasant at all. I really quite enjoy it. It's a really grounded scent. It's been on for about 5 minutes now. The vanilla is sort of coming out more and it's giving it a tinge more sweetness. I don't know why I think if I sniff it like this and then I sniff it like this, it's gonna give me a different smell. It doesn't. I guess because I'm looking for the different facets of the scent. I think that that's gonna give it to me. It doesn't. It's not really giving me as much of violet as I want. It's more woody, rooty, resinous than violet for me. It's like if you buried a bottle of insolence under a pile of wood chips and then like put a stick of incense on top. This strikes me as a cold weather scent. I think it would be beautiful in sweater weather, coffee around a campfire in the morning. I see a brisk day. It's very foresty in its nature. Not terribly green to me, but the lushness, earth, cool forest air. I'm curious about that cut grass accord. I don't get it at all, or I didn't get it on my skin, but out of the atomizer I get that, giving it some really lovely brightness. I kind of wish that part of it would stay. The violet keeps dissipating more and more. I do quite like it. It's a beautiful scent, but to me it's not giving me the violet shot that I want. I'm gonna let it sit. I'm gonna have a sip. I'll come back, let you know what has changed in the development of this fragrance, BRB. Okay, so some time has passed. I have noticed that the sillage on this is really quite nice. In the air, it has a really nice, powdery, slightly sweet, vanillic accord. In the air, how it presents is more of a masculinized Guerlain insolence. Drier, less sweet, more woody, rootier, earthier form of insolence. Would I spring for a full bottle? At this point, probably not. I don't see myself reaching for this. For now, if I want violet, I would go with insolence. Or I would go with the oft maligned Paco Rabanne Ultraviolet, which
I don't care what anyone says, I love that scent.
Yeah, those are my thoughts on Violet Shot. Maybe somewhere down the line we can do updates on the sniff and sips. We can revisit and see if our tastes have changed. I always find it interesting to do that, particularly with samples, because it's so hard to get the full picture how something is going to wear from a sample versus a bottle. So yeah, that's it for today. Let me know if you've tried this fragrance or any of the other fragrances from the Sepia collection. Let me know if you have requests for a sniff and sip. Let me know if you can say that better than I can.
Sniff and sip.
And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.